Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ibadihi alladhina astafa. Amma ba'du farabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli wa qul rabbi adkhilni mudkhala sidqin wa akhrijni mukhraja sidqin waj'al li min ladunka sultanan nasira. Bismillah wa billah wa tawakkaltu ala Allah. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Verse number 98, chapter Al-Baqarah, second chapter of the holy book of Quran. Allah is saying, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Man kana aduwan lillah wa malaikatihi wa rasulihi wa jibrila wa mikala فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ عَدُوٌّ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. This verse is interconnected with the verse before that, in which Allah had said that, O Prophet, tell those Israelites as they express their enmity or fraud towards Gabriel and some other angels, and they believed, or they had this concept or this kind of mindset that these two angels, and especially Gabriel, he is the one who is causing them so much difficulties and so much punishment and so much of agony and misery. Whatever the calamities are there in their life are because of that angel, and he is the one who is causing them all those situations. So they feel enmity towards him, and they expressed it. And they showed, and they say, and they may have some evil words for them. So Allah stops them from doing this and tells them that, Qul, O Prophet, tell them that you shouldn't be enemy to Gabriel, because he is the one who is bringing down the message of Allah, and he is a connector, and he is the one, he is some kind of messenger of Allah, and so he is a very good servant to Allah, and he does not do anything without permission of Allah. So whatever he does is according to the will of Allah. So enemy to him is enemy to Allah. And so avoid this kind of wrongful thinking, and be aware of the consequences of that. That was told in the verse number 97, and this verse 98 is continuing the same subject and telling man kana, and there was a message to convey to them, and here Allah is giving the reason behind this message that was given to them in the first ayah. Here Allah explains that this kind of action or this kind of thinking and this assumption is a wrong concept, and it should be avoided, because that goes to the enmity with Allah, and if somebody is enemy to Allah, then his abode will be the hell, and he will face some hard and heinous consequences for his mindset or for his practice. Man kana, here Allah is saying, man kana, whosoever is enemy to Allah. And Allah has put here enemy for him, while there is no enemy to Allah. Nobody has expressed enmity to Allah. even not idolater. They also believe in Allah. Jews believe in Allah. They believe in Allah and believe in prophethood of the Prophet Moses, and then believe in the book that he brought to them, and all those things they were believing, and just they were denying the last prophethood. And even though this situation, Allah is setting his name at the first point, and that is for some purpose, and that is Allah want to say all what is coming after this is enmity to Allah. And enmity to Allah is not directly, nobody directly can be enemy to Allah, but his enmity is in the shape of enmity to his messengers, enmity to his angels, enmity to his book, enmity to what the law he has set for man. Allah is saying here that man kana aduwwan lillah, whosoever is an enemy towards Allah, he have some forward, he have a mindset of being somebody to deny Allah or Allah's messenger or the book that he have sent. This one and the one who is enemy to malaika, to angels, Allah is putting his name first, and beside that, side by side with that, is putting the name of angels. So Allah is telling us that these two enmity are in the same level. They are the same. Doing enemy to one is enmity to the second one. And if somebody is enemy to the second one, he is enemy to the first one. So Allah is telling, man kana aduwwan lillah wa malaikati. And here Allah does not reiterate or repeat man kana aduwwan lillah wa man kana aduwwan lil malaikat. No, man kana aduwwan lillah wa malaikatu. Very after one, another name is put there, and this means that no difference in the verb in between them. Means the subject is very equal, going on both of the subject or the subject more than two if they are there. So the subject is for all of them, and that is man kana aduwwan lillah wa malaikatihi, and also then the third place is wa rusuli and all his messengers. Though malaika are also messenger, but Allah is giving a general word for messengers, and it includes angels and also prophets. Wa rusuli, and after them, while these next two names are included in the malaika and in rusul, because Gabriel is part of angels and also part of rusul. He is also messenger. Allah has called him messenger in the holy book of Quran. He is of those messengers that conveys Allah's message to the prophets. So while they are included in the words that have been used before, like malaika and rusul, but Allah again set their name separately and specifically to specify them, to tell people that they have special position, they are very special servant to Allah. So somebody be careful about his words and his expression of enmity towards them. Man kana aduwwan lillah wa malaikatihi wa rasulihi wa Jibrila wa Mikala. Of course, about their work, that what the messages they convey, what are their duties, and what are their responsibilities. There can be so many different views, and we are not to explain them because Allah has not explained all those duties. When somebody is or someone is in the service of Allah, and Allah named him as his messenger and his Rasul, that there can be any duty for him, and anything that Allah wants from them, they will go and do it. Wa Jibril wa Mikala. Allah is giving the consequence of if somebody have this kind of grudge or enmity against these people and these messengers of Allah. What is that? فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ عَدُوٌّ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. Allah is not telling that they will be considered as kafir. No, Allah is giving a consequence, and the both things are included in that. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ. So indeed you should know that is a reality, that Allah is enemy towards kafirin, unbelievers. It means that Allah is telling that these kind of people who express enmity and who feel enmity towards these aforesaid subjects and aforesaid people or aforesaid beings, if somebody has this kind of grudge against them, so he is announced from our side that he is unbeliever, and Allah is enemy to the unbelievers. And Allah's enmity, what is that? How can be Allah enemy to somebody? These kind of titles or this kind of things that they relate to man and mankind, and they are part of the behavior of man. Allah sometimes relate it to himself to show that these things that are actually for man, Allah takes him towards him so that man can understand it very nearly and very closely, because man understands him with his standards, things with his standard and with his knowledge, and he does not know what is the enmity of Allah. So enmity of Allah is that he will face the bitter consequences of what he does here, and that is what Allah warns about that, and he said, be careful about the enmity of Allah. May Allah save us and keep us safe and secure from all those kind of grudge and ill will. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all.